Your teenage child has been struggling with functional neurological disorder, short for FND, and your child is also struggling with people telling her it's all in your head. Well, the question is it really? Is it really all in your head? And if you're also wondering, keep watching. Hi, my name is Dr. Ali. I'm a pediatric health psychologist and chronic pain survivor myself. My mission is to help teens and their parents resolve persistent physical symptoms such as chronic pain and FND so that they can get their life back and feel like normal again. Because I truly believe these teens who are struggling with particularly FND deserve so much better in their life. So let's talk about, is FND all in your child's head? Well, first of all, really quick, FND is a real diagnosis and it is a cross-wired problems between the brain and the body when your child's brain and the body look fine, quote unquote. And this is where a lot of people do hear, well, everything looks great, so it's all in your head. Yes, I did talk about this is a pretty invalidating statement and quite frankly, it's a medical gaslighting and kids are feeling very devastated because of whatever reasons. And this is exactly what I want to talk about today. Here is sort of a checklist or mental checklist of what you want to think about. Number one, who is actually saying this? Is that a doctor's? Well, they do sometimes, not everyone, but they do. Or is it the family members, including you as a parent? Or extended family members, grandparents, friends, neighbors, teachers? I mean, who? Like total strangers? Who is saying that? Number two, what are they exactly saying? Are they actually saying, oh, it is all in your head? Or are they actually saying, well, everything looks good? Or we can't find anything on scans or tests? Or are they actually saying, whoever's saying that, it's psychological or it's stress or it's mental thing or it's anxiety, any of these variations, what are they exactly saying? So a little bit of reality check here. So the third point is, what is your child exactly interpreting based on what they're hearing? So things like, no one believes me. They think I'm faking it. They think it's not real. They think I'm doing this for attention, or they think that I am making things up, or any of these variations. What is their interpretation exactly based on what they hear? Number four, more importantly in my mind, if this is an interpretation of what your child is actually hearing, then my question is, where is this interpretation coming from? So think about that for a second. AKA, there's gotta be an invisible script. When your child hears something, almost automatically the interpretation is, oh, they think it's all in my head. It doesn't matter what the intention was. There's almost always some sort of invisible script that is running in everyone's head, not just with your child, yourself, myself, everyone else on the planet. Okay, so what is the invisible script? And maybe it's not the kids, but maybe it's the parents who are interpreting the doctor's comment, or parents are interpreting for their child. Or is it social media? Or is it friends who are actually saying that? You know what that means is they're saying that it's all in your head, right? Is that the teachers? Again, grandparents, neighbors, strangers. Who is actually putting these two and two together, right? When somebody says something, automatically the interpretation is it's all in your head. So these are the things, four things. For who is saying that? What are they exactly saying? How is your child interpreting? And where this interpretation is coming from? So those are the four things to really think about. And then let's talk about what to do then, because I have several. Number one, the reality check. So exactly what I say, who is saying that? What exactly are they saying? So then you know where this information or where this emotional reactions of your child, usually negative, is coming from. And then ask yourself as a parent about this invisible script. All in your head equals not true, or something else is missing. There's gotta be this hidden diagnosis or whatever. So ask yourself first, okay, where this interpretation or invisible script is coming from. And number three, ask your child where this belief is coming from. I come to so many teens who are upset about these things. Well, doctors think that there's all in my head, all blah, 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 blah. And then I, used to, and then still do, absolutely empathize. You know what? That sounds like awful thing and it's such a invalidating experience and nobody needs to hear that and all of that stuff, because I am all for working with teens, right, who are having these difficult times because of what other people say. However, I also like to follow up with them. Okay, so this is exactly what I do. Who said that exactly? And what did they say exactly? Right? And based on what you heard, what is your interpretation? And where is this interpretation coming from? So I do this all the time in my practice and then when I work with my families on my online program. And then we also talk about then what can we do? Let's just say, for the sake of conversation, these other people are saying, oh, it's all in your head, you're faking it, it's not real, blah, 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 whatever, right? That is so invalidating. Then basically I present three options. Number one, well, you can continue to tell other people to not say that, right? So like trying to change other people. So you can say something like, hey, it's not nice, don't say that. Well, that's not true, here's why, kind of thing. But your mission can be to tell people every single time when they encounter those other people to educate. It can be very tiring, but that's always an option, right? Or option two, do nothing. Do nothing and continue to feel upset and feeling helpless and then feeling like no one understands and then keep going down the rabbit hole of feeling isolated, depressed, sad, whatever you want to feel, right? That's always an option. Is it an optimal one? Well, not really, but it's always an option. Number three, you can also get to understand this belief system, aka the invisible script, and then ask how this belief system is helping. It doesn't matter whether this belief system is right or wrong or good or bad. That's not what this is about. It is actually only about how is this helping. If it's helping, by all means, keep doing that, right? But if it's not helping, then they can do something about it to either change a belief or the script by asking, wait a minute, is that a fact or the story that was running in my head, aka invisible script, what may or may not be actually helping? So that's one thing to ask. And the second thing is, do I let other people to dictate about my FND experience for the rest of my life? AKA, do I want to keep focus on what other people say about my experience, which nobody really understands to the extent that I would, because I am the one who's going through this experience, right? But you can decide, do I want to keep letting other people dictate how I feel and then what my experience is like? Lastly, but definitely not the least, do I just acknowledge the thought and feelings in that moment? Oh, that was not nice, okay, I feel really upset about this, but also know that you're the one who gets to decide what to believe at the end of the day. So you're just acknowledging, and you're not even needing to change anything that you're thinking or the system, just acknowledging it. And you can also decide, well, I can continue with that road of, feeling stressed and then feeling upset, and how these people are telling me it's all in my head. You can absolutely do that. Or you can just decide, you know what, that's the thought I had, but that doesn't make me who I am. Therefore, I'm just going to acknowledge, yes, it was not so nice and it was upsetting, but I can move on because I am the one who gets to decide how I want to feel and what I want to believe at the end of the day, no matter what other people are saying these things to me. Then you're not really trying to or needing to change other people, which is, at the end of the day, it's really not possible, because no matter what you do, they're going to do whatever they want to do, right? But how you are going to experience and then respond to what's happening around you is 100% under your control. So as a parent, these are the things you can A, go through, and B, empower your child, so then your child is becoming resilient instead of you trying to put the shield and protect your child from other people. Then in a long run, you're not really teaching a valuable lesson for your child to be resilient. Instead, your child is going to be dependent on you continuously and likely for the rest of their lives. Is that what you want? Or would you rather want your child to be resilient and come back from any and every situation so that they know how to handle themselves as they get older? I hope this video was helpful, and leave a comment below that who is saying this, what are they exactly saying, and your interpretation based on what you hear as a parent and what you hear from your child, how she is experiencing this invalidation all in your head experience. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.